Welcome to Family Basics 101. I'm Dr. Bruce McClure, and we will continue a series of lessons entitled Men. Today, let's take a look at the male, the man, the father, as the family healer. Most family healing needs to really focus itself not around physical healing, but really most family healing really should focus around boundaries. Boundaries that really have been violated. These are boundaries such as belief, convictions, perceptions about matters, the behaviors of individuals, and even how people understand certain things as they believe they should be. There's a group of theorists that looks at everything from behaviors to relationships to attitudes of thinking. But there's also a theorist that focuses on family systems. And in family system therapy, it really involves a clinician serving somewhat as a neutral, yet the person who's the assimilated individual that pulls the family unit into a setting designed to facilitate all of its members reconnecting at an emotional, a behavioral, a spiritual, and within that family system, a community relationship. A family's best diagnoses and the person that should be the most competent individual in being the person who is the person to determine what's good, what's bad, what's happening in that family system, the one who's most familiar with the family system should be the father. So a family's best diagnoses always come from the individual that is most familiar with each member component of the home. The father of all people must possess a personal, intimate, neutralizing, nurturing, secure relationship with his entire family in order to heal the hurts as well as the hearts of all of those family members. Now, let's talk briefly about the complexity of healing a family. All of the members within that one household are all connected. The father and the mother are connected. The parents and the children are connected. The responsibilities charged to all within the family are linked. There is an interrelationship and an interdependence, which is also impacted if any one segment malfunctions. So when you talk about a family system and trying to heal a family system, even as a father, one of the most complex dynamics within that institution is how everyone in that family is intrinsically connected one to the other. Now, the father should never be the source of pain within his own family. Let me use the analogy of the father as being the brain. We understand that the husband is the head of the home, but let's make sure we're clear about what takes place in the head. The brain, I am told, does not experience pain in the same manner as the hand or the foot or the toe or an eye, or even if one might have what is called a toothache. The brain, as I am told, is the receptor or the receiving center from all of the other various components of the body that monitors the level of hurt or health within the system. The brain, as I am told, receives a signal, and the brain activates the psyche within to take corrective actions to mitigate the pain located throughout the body. Once the pain is mitigated, however, the signal received in the brain ceases. Now, the brain does not cease to function, but the signal that was going to the brain no longer goes to the brain that says pain, heartache, emotional distress. The father's responsibility is to be the diligent monitor and appropriately assist the family in returning to a normal state of operation. The father should never, ever become a headache. The father, as the healer in the family, is given the responsibility of mitigating the pain of the family, not facilitating additional pain within the family. Now, the difficulty with that lies in this one fact. The father, as head, is also an individual. The father as head will experience emotions. The father as head will experience hurts and disappointments and unrest within his own spirit. But with all of the dynamics going on within the father, he cannot allow his hurts, his pain, his emotional distress to disrupt healing his own family. In the book of Mark, chapter 4, verses 36 through 41, I want to talk to you about man as the father and yet man as the soul healer. We have a word psychiatrist, but psychiatrist originally did not mean a medical doctor. Psychiatrist initially meant psyche, or the soul, and iatris, which is healer. So the word simply meant soul healer. It was the one who brought comfort and tranquility back into the inner person, not their physical, but those dynamics that were working on the inside of the individual. And it is the father, the head of the home, who is supposed to be the ultimate soul healer for his family. In the text of Mark chapter 4, verses 36 through 41, and when they had sent away the multitude, they took him even as he was in the ship. And there were also with him other little ships. And there arose a great storm of wind, and the waves beat into the ship, so that it was now full. And he was in the hinder part of the ship, asleep on a pillow. And they awake him and said unto him, Master, carest not that we perish? And he arose and rebuked the wind and said unto them, Peace, be still. And the wind ceased, and there was great calm. And he said unto them, Why are you so fearful? How is it that you had no faith? And they feared exceedingly and said one to the other, What manner of man is this, that even the wind and the sea obey him? Remember earlier we talked about the definition of a man, a husband, a father being the master of his house? Jesus is the master of our lives. And yet when there was trouble in the lives of his children, he, instead of waking up distressed, he had a degree of calm in his soul. And because his soul was at rest, he could calm the souls of his family members that were in the boats. He became the psychiatrist of his disciples. And that's the role of husbands and fathers and men in this world. I'll see you back in class again next time. Don't be late and don't skip class.